Death Be Not Proud by Donne, 1572 to 1631. Death, be not proud, though some have called thee mighty and dreadful, for thou art not so. For those whom thou thinkest thou dost overthrow die not, poor death, nor canst thou kill me. From rest and sleep, which but thy pictures be, much pleasure, then from thee much more must flow, and soonest our best men to thee do go, rest of their bones and souls' delivery. Thou art slave to fate, chance, kings, and desperate men, and dost with poison, war, and sickness dwell, and poppy or charms can make us sleep as well, and better than thy stroke. Why swell'st thou then? One short sleep past, we wake eternally, and death shall be no more. Death, thou shalt die. Okay, this poem is by Donne. Let's see. Donne was one of the greatest metaphysical poets that existed. He's very, very famous and was so in the Elizabethan era. He went to Hart Hall in Oxford University. Let's see, he was a poet and a cleric also. Interestingly, he came from a family that was Roman Catholic and continued to attend Catholic church services even after the death of Mary Tudor, who was pro-Catholic, and into the Elizabethan times. However, interestingly, he became a priest of the Church of England and was actually the Dean of St. Paul's Cathedral. Okay, so maybe he went over to the other side. Let's see, what is this about? Okay, this poem is an insult to death. This poem says that death is nothing. Death has no significance. Death is something low and disgusting. And the reason for this is that when we die, he believes that we will be resurrected again in heaven, and then we will live the perfect, wonderful afterlife in heaven. And that's why death is not something, not this great terrible thing that everybody is terrified of, but just a passage from the world that we live in to a better place. And he's saying, don't be afraid of death. Death is contemptible. So, death, be not proud, though some have called thee mighty and dreadful, for thou art not so. Okay, so don't be proud of yourself. Don't think you're the bee's knees, death. I know some people have called you mighty, powerful, and terrible. But thou art not so. But you're not mighty and terrible. Yeah? You're not you have nothing to be proud of. For those whom thou thinkest thou dost overthrow die not. So the people that you think you have killed, they don't die. Yeah? They actually go to the afterlife. so they go to a better place. Poor death. Pa, he's laughing at death now. Poor death, you poor little thing. Nor yet canst thou kill me. So these people don't die, and you can't kill me, death. Yes, I will lose my physical body, but what he's thinking about is I will then go to to heaven, to the life hereafter. From rest and sleep, which but thy pictures be, much pleasure. So here he's saying that rest and sleep, when you rest and when you sleep, these are nice things. And these are the same as death. So he's even saying that death is a pleasure. It's a good thing. And he's playing with the game that death for him will be a good thing. It will be a pleasurable thing, because then he will go to heaven, to paradise. So rest and sleep are just like you, death. Then from thee much more must flow. So if you think you're going to be important and big and the most important thing, then you ought to be much more important than rest and sleep. Yeah? But I don't think you are. And soonest our best men with thee do go. Okay, this is the old idea of the only the good die young. The best people go young. And I think maybe this is referring to the idea that these people deserve to be in heaven because they're good people. Yeah, and that's why they die quickly. Rest of their bones and soul's delivery. So they go to their rest, yeah, and the delivery, the saving of their soul. So as they're good, then they leave their earthly body, rest of their bones, and soul's delivery, and their soul goes to paradise, to heaven. And then he starts to insult death more. Thou art slave to fate, chance, kings, and desperate men. Yeah, so you are only a servant of fate, of chance, of things that happen, chance events. Yeah, you're a slave of kings who kill people. So fate and chance, this is death by accident. Kings who maybe execute you. And desperate men. So desperate men are murderers. So you're a slave to fate, kings, and murderers. And dost with poison, war, and sickness dwell. To dwell is to live. So death, you spend your time with poison, war, and ill people. Yeah? And you think you're so wonderful? No, you're not at all. Okay, dust, does, and do. And you dwell with poison, war, and sickness. And poppy or charms can make us sleep as well, and better than thy stroke. So, poppy, this is morphine, or charms, a magic spell. So, morphine can make you sleep, or a magic charm can make you sleep as well. And these make us sleep much better than death. Yeah, than thy stroke, than your stroke, than your when you're involved. Yeah, so the poppy, the morphine and charms, magic spells can make us sleep as well, and they do it better than you. So you're not even as good as a poppy or a magic charm. Why swell'st thou then? So why are you proud? And to swell is to grow bigger. So why are you proud of yourself? One short sleep past, we wake eternally, and death shall be no more. So, one short sleep, and then we wake eternally in heaven, and death shall be no more. We will live forever in heaven. Yeah? So one short sleep, I have a feeling that this one short sleep is referring to purgatory, atonement for our sins. And I think maybe that's the short sleep. And then we wake eternally in heaven. And we can't die anymore. Death, thou shalt die. So here he's saying that death is going to die. I think once we're in heaven, then death cannot do anything to people. Or maybe when there are no people left on earth, then death cannot occur. So death, you are dependent on humans. Okay, so the whole poem is saying that death is insignificant because he firmly believes in the resurrection, and that when he goes to when he dies, he will go to heaven, to paradise, and live eternally. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Death Be Not Proud by Donne.